So that's going to be our plan moving forward too. If you can't make it to the principal coffees, we have these recorded as we move forward. All right, so as I stated, my name is Timothy Kasik, and I am the very proud principal here at Mount Daniel. A little bit about me. I was born and raised just south of Cleveland in a small suburb called Parma, Ohio. Grew up there. It was a great place. And I'm everything Cleveland Browns and Cleveland Guardians. So you will see me in my jerseys and really embracing. It's hard to be a Browns fan. It's really, really hard, but it's all about loyalty. I got my Bachelor of Science in Education at Ohio University, not the Ohio States, but Ohio University. I'm a Bobcat, not a Buckeye. And then I got my Master of Education right down the street at George Mason University. I have been a classroom teacher. I taught 3rd grade, I taught 4th grade, and I taught 5th grade, all at Braddock Elementary, part of Fairfax County. It's a nice little Title I school right over in Annandale, not too far away from here. After 6 years as a classroom teacher, I became the assistant principal at Washington Mill Elementary, also part of Fairfax County. It's down by Mount Vernon. It's actually on the historic grounds of Mount Vernon, the estate. And that was a great experience that I had for 6 years. At which point I moved over to become the principal at Crestwood Elementary School, also part of Fairfax County, which is right by Springfield. Does anybody know where the Bye Bye Baby is in Springfield?
I know, yes.
Okay, so it's in the neighborhood behind that shopping center. And then I got a nice phone call from a good friend of mine who worked here in Falls Church City and said, there's an opportunity at Mount Daniel. And I said, I don't know. I don't know if I want to live where I work. That seems a little bit too close to home. But it actually was one of the best decisions I ever made. So I'm starting my 7th year here at Mount Daniel now, and it has been an absolutely amazing journey. And I'm so happy to be here and to continue this journey with all of you. So I'm also a parent in the community. And so this is my daughter, Clara, on her first day of kindergarten. And this is Clara. She's a sophomore now at the University of South Carolina. So she's gone all the way through the division and is having a great time down there in South Carolina. Hopefully not too good of a time. This is my son, Nate. This is Nate on his first day, or at Meet the Teacher in kindergarten. He was in Mr. Sikora's class. And this was Nate this summer at High Point Pool performing in the lip sync contest with the rest of the swim team. So he is a 7th grader currently at Henderson Middle School and is loving life, probably a little bit too much. He kind of does, the social scene with school on the side, but that's okay. That's okay. This is my dog, Bernie. If you see me walking him in the neighborhood, he's huge, but he's probably the most gentle, giant dog that you'd ever come across. And I had to put him in there because he's my guy. Just a couple more pictures of me and my family. You'll see me at the Run for the Schools. If you haven't signed up for the Run for the Schools, it's a great event that the Ed Foundation puts on. It's a week from this Sunday. So you can go onto the Falls Church Ed Foundation website if you want to register. It's a 5K. It's a lot of fun. The whole community's out there. I believe Mrs. Covey's running it with her whole family this year. Yes, I could not talk Nate into doing it with me this year, but it's all good. All right.
Well, hi everyone. It's nice to see you all and to get to know some new faces. My name is Lindsay Covey, and I am the assistant principal here at Mount Daniel. This is my 4th year, and I've loved it. I actually started when my son started kindergarten, so I can keep track. He just went off to Oak Street and is in 3rd grade, and my daughter actually just came in to kindergarten this year. So a little bit about, my education. I went to Virginia Tech, so go Hokies, and got my bachelor's and master's there. And then started my work in Fairfax County Schools. I was in Fairfax County Public Schools for probably about, I don't want to age myself, but like 14 years. I started off teaching 3rd grade and then 4th grade at Beech Tree Elementary, which is also in Falls Church, but not Falls Church City. Then I went over to Sleepy Hollow Elementary School and I became a math specialist there, and I worked with grades K through 5th, spent a lot of time in K1, and got my math specialist endorsement at George Mason. And then got my administration and leadership degree at University of Virginia. They partnered they had a partnership program in Fairfax. And right after that, I became the assistant principal at Sleepy Hollow Elementary. I spent about 8 years there in different roles. And then when actually I got a call similarly to Tim of someone saying, oh, we think there's a position opening at Mount Daniel. We think you'd be a great fit. We think you'd be a great fit with Tim Kasik. I didn't even know him. They were like, but it's out of the district. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Mount Daniel. And my son was just about to start kindergarten there, and I feel like it was the best decision I'd made. So it's absolutely an amazing place to be and to work. A school that has 8 kindergarten classes, 170-ish 5-year-olds that come in, the energy. People call us the Disney World of Falls Church City schools, and it really is a special, like, happy place to be. So hobbies, I'm a mom of 2, so I have a 5-year-old daughter named Blair. That's at the Hippo Tiger Games last year. It's a lot of fun. We did lose last year in the Hippo Tiger Games. We lost every single event, but we stayed confident.
We had the most spirit.
We did. We actually, one of our teachers, Mr. Sikora, made a silver pencil whip for us. You get a golden pencil. Oak Street got the golden pencil. So we have this little silver pencil that we had the kids put some jewels on. So we said, you know what, we do our best and we just keep on moving forward. So that's my daughter Blair. That's my son Bennett. He said he'll half vote for Mount Daniel still, since he's at Oak Street. This is going to be our year, I think. Mm-hmm. I also have a dog named Louie. He's just a furry, happy little guy. I actually see Tim walking the dog, his dog, much bigger, in the neighborhood a lot. And then I enjoy hiking, traveling, coffee shops. It's one of my favorite things to do. I spend a lot of time with family and then friends around the community. I feel like Falls Church City is such a great place to live and so much to do. But I'm happy to be here today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sure I have talked to everybody in this at some point. It's been a pleasure to help everyone, and I'm sorry for the delayed email sometimes. But I'm always here to help. My name is Nora Pishner. I'm the administrative assistant to the principal. I also live in the city of Falls Church. I'm a proud mom of 2 graduates of FCCPS. My daughter Melanie just graduated James Madison University, and she's now going to George Washington University for special education. My son Andrew, he also graduated from George Mason, now Meridian, and he also graduated from George Mason University in hospitality. My family, a little bit about myself, my family is originally from Guatemala, Central America, so I am fluent in Spanish and English, obviously. But I love working with our ESOL families. I work with them very closely. I enjoy every minute I've been here at Mount Daniel. This is my 20th year, I can't believe it, even though I am only 35. It is my 20th, I don't know, I'm just happy to have your kiddos here. I enjoy seeing them come in every morning. And please reach out if you need anything.
And one other fancy little nugget about Mrs. Pishner is that you might have heard that we also have a Ms. Pishner, who's one of our teachers here, and that is Melanie, who is homegrown all the way through FCCPS and is now one of our amazing special education teachers. So we're very proud of that. We really are a small town. I mean, all 3 of us are from, live here. Our kids went here, and it's just one of the many things that makes us a very special community. So I just wanted to kind of give you a quick rundown of our staff. We do have 8 sections of kindergarten, and like Mrs. Covey said, getting 170 some 5-year-olds to the right place on day 1 causes me about 2 weeks of no sleep leading up to the first day of school. What causes even less sleep is getting 170 kindergartners to the right bus at the end of the day on the first day of school. We had no lost children this year. Yay. Everybody was accounted for. We know the runs are running a little bit long, but it's all about student safety. So we want to make sure everybody is dropped off to the correct adults and that they're put on the right bus. And our kindergarten team here is really outstanding at welcoming children to school, helping them learn how to do school. A lot of our children come into school knowing their letters, knowing how to do early reading, knowing a lot of math, knowing their numbers. What our team does is meet them where they are, but also really focus on their social emotional growth and learning. We'll have another Principal Coffee to talk about SEL, or social emotional learning, later in the year. But that is one thing that this team is very, very skilled with doing. We have 9 sections of first grade this year. That's the most that we've had in first grade since I've started. But it's, again, another really fantastic team. You'll notice that these are teams of 2. So everybody listed on this side of the screen here, these are all the para-educators that work with the classroom teachers. One thing that's really special and unique about Falls Church City is that our first grade team has 2 adults for half the day. They have the classroom teacher and the para-educator. Surrounding jurisdictions don't have that. They just have the classroom teacher. So this is one of the things that's really unique and very special about Falls Church. We design our master's schedule very strategically so that when children are receiving core content, language arts instruction, math instruction, we make sure that there are 2 adults, at least 2 adults in the room, so that they can help the children learn that content in the most efficient ways. And then about 5 years ago, we added second grade to Mount Daniel. One of the reasons we have this beautiful addition is because we were moving second grade from what was Thomas Jefferson Elementary, now Oak Street, and moved that team over to Mount Daniel. And so these are our amazing second grade teachers. They're a really strong team. This is not a typo. We do have a Ms. Bodner and a Ms. Bodmer. So Ms. Bodmer with the M came to us this year, and if you're a member of High Point Pool, she's one of the assistant coaches for the swim team. And I got to know her a couple of years ago when she was hired there, and I was like, she was a teacher in Prince William, and I said, well, you know, if you ever want to teach second grade in Falls Church, and I have an opening, just reach out to me. Well, she reached out to me back in April. We brought her in for an interview. She's a great fit with the team, and we're super happy that she's part of this amazing group of teachers. So those are our second grade teachers. We have a very robust special education program. We have 5 full-time special education teachers. Lisa Beinhardt, she's not new to us. She used to be Ms. Murphy. She got married this summer, and now she is Mrs. Beinhardt. Kate Marr, Claudia Smith, Natalie Gray, and Melanie Pishner, those are our special education teachers. They serve a variety of needs across the board. And then we have 9 paraeducators who support our special education program as well. We also have 2 full-time ESOL teachers, Mr. Sikora and Ms. Schumacher. Mr. Sikora decided to leave the kindergarten classroom. He was a kindergarten teacher for more than a decade, and decided, I'm going to stretch my wing or spread my wings. I'm going to grow, come out of my comfort zone a little bit. Let me try being an ESOL teacher. He got his ESOL endorsement and is just really knocking it out of the park. We've got 2 outstanding adults there supporting our English language learners. This is another kind of proud point of being a member of Falls Church City Public Schools, our student services team. As I stated, I spent 20 years of my career in Fairfax, and it was amazing. It's a world-class division, but the resources weren't always available like they are here. For example, we have Mrs. Cowder, who's our school social worker. She spends all her time here or at JTP. In other divisions, the social worker might be divided among 4 or 5 schools that are, pre-K to 6, whereas she's doing pre-K to 2 in one division. We have the same thing with Mrs. Yeager, our full-time psychologist. We have a behavior specialist, Ms. Stevens. And then we have Ms. Gray, who's a behavior support specialist. She works very closely with Ms. Stevens to just add those extra layers of love and support that children might need if they're having big feelings or big emotions. We have 2 speech and language pathologists. That's what the SLP stands for, Mrs. Springer and Mrs. Whitman. And then we have Ms. Block, who's our division-wide physical therapist, and Mrs. Sadi, who's our division-wide occupational therapist. They serve all the schools in the division. But this is a really, really great team. If your child is a student with an IEP, you'll probably get to know these folks. We'll have another principal coffee. I think the next one in a couple weeks, it's going to be about special education services. So if you have specific questions or want to do some more learning about that process, I would invite you to attend that principal coffee as well. Some other folks who support our children. So, as we stated, Mrs. Covey is our assistant principal. One of the nice things about being, I don't know if it's nice or not, but I'm going to say it's nice, being a part of a small school division is that we're very hands-on in supporting. We both provide very direct student support throughout the day to our classrooms and to our teachers and to our children. Along with Mr. Jackson and Ms. Goldberg, our two amazing school counselors. If you have any questions and you cannot get a hold of me or Mrs. Covey, Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Goldberg are two people that you can always reach out to, and they're more than happy to help you navigate whatever questions or situations you might find yourself in. Mrs. Kravinsky and Ms. Swanson, we have two full-time reading specialists, and that is really another great resource that we have in the Division of Falls Church. I don't know how many of you know, but the state, the VDOE, Virginia Department of Education a couple years ago, passed what's called the Virginia Literacy Act. It is requiring all divisions throughout the state to implement science-based reading strategies and curriculum. This year we adopted a new curriculum, and one of the big jobs that Mrs. Kravinsky and Ms. Swanson have this year are helping our teachers learn this new curriculum and implement the curriculum with fidelity across each grade level. It's a really heavy lift, in addition to providing some direct reading support for children who might need a little bit of extra care and attention. Ms. Epstein is our math specialist / coach. She supports the grade level teams here at Mount Daniel and at Oak Street Elementary School. What she does is she helps teams unpack standards and create common assessments so that the children across each grade level are getting the same type of instruction in a way that's easily measured, and we can kind of look and see what are the children learning, are they still maybe having trouble with, or do they already know this, and how can we extend them? And then Ms. Lowe is a math specialist who works here for some intervention purposes. She'll pull kids out and provide, again, that extra kind of love and attention to children who may not yet have grasped the concepts. Our Encore team, or our specialists, these are additional teachers and opportunities for our children to learn and grow in different content areas. We have Ms. Parker, who's one of our physical education teachers, and Mrs. Huber is one of our physical education teachers. Mrs. Huber works with our second graders, mostly, and she also works at Oak Street. So she splits her time between Mount Daniel and Oak Street, but Ms. Parker is here full-time, mostly working with kindergarten and first graders. Mrs. Green is our enrichment teacher. She does weekly or every other week lessons with our students just to kind of help stretch their thinking. And she's going to do a whole principal coffee on what enrichment looks like at Mount Daniel as well. I believe that one is after winter break. Mrs. Guzman is our Spanish teacher. Because we are an IB school, one of the things that is required of IB schools is that we offer foreign language. So Mrs. Guzman is our Spanish teacher. Mr. Doherty is our technology specialist, and he teaches children, again, every other week, a lot of digital citizenship types of things. And then they get into some basic coding and like how to create a slideshow and things like that, but all age appropriate, and all the programs we use are completely vetted. Mr. Spindle is our school librarian, and if you have not made it through or had a chance to walk through our library yet, it's probably the happiest place in all of Falls Church City Public Schools. It's very calm. He's always got like nice classical music playing in the background, and just his book displays are absolutely amazing, so please make time at some point to visit our library. Mrs. Guimaraes is our music teacher. You're going to get to see a lot of her. She loves to put on performances with students. There's already been kind of some save the date opportunities that were in Danny's Corner. One of the events coming up at the end of October is at the Halloween Carnival. First grade and second grade both get to perform some songs, and it's a lot of fun. I'll be there with my dog. So. Mrs. Donovan is our STEAM teacher. She's up on the 3rd floor, and she sees the children once a week to, again, do some like, how do we think outside the box, how do we create things, and how do we apply our knowledge to new challenges. And then Mrs. Barrett is our art teacher. And what's wonderful about Mrs. Barrett is that she used to be a teacher at Jesse Thackeray Preschool before, again, stretching her wings and coming out of her comfort zone and saying, hey, I want to give art a try. I've got my endorsement. And she's been a wonderful addition to our staff as well. So our office staff, we've already met Mrs. Pishner. She's the one who you'll be talking to the most likely. But we also have Mrs. Gibbon. She's the school finance secretary and admin assistant. Mrs. Turner is a school secretary. She spends half her day at Oak Street and then comes over here in the afternoons and helps out in the office in the afternoons. Mrs. Jeter is our school health aide. She's in our health room all the time. She's not a registered nurse. She's a school health aide. But we do have 2 public health nurses who are assigned to the division, Laura Giles and Megan Toth. Megan is the nurse who works here at Mount Daniel. She supports Mount Daniel and JTP. And so she's here. So if you have health-related questions or allergies or things that you just might be concerned about, Megan Toth would be the person that you would reach out to. Save the dates. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up at the end of October, and there'll be a lot more information in Danny's corner about this as well. But parent-teacher conferences are really great opportunities for you to meet individually with your child's teacher. If you're the parent of a kindergartner, you came in for the early conference, which was kind of get to know you. Here are some things we might need to know. But at your parent-teacher conference, you'll get individual reports on how your children are doing academically and socially. This is different than back to school night, which is where you'll come in next week and just kind of learn about what happens during the day. What does the curriculum in my child's grade level look like? Very big picture stuff. Parent-teacher conferences are the individualized for you updates on how your children are doing. Quick update on our health room. It's right over here through these doors. As children come in, a lot of times they'll come in off the bus and they just need a Band-Aid or a bag of ice. It is truly remarkable what a Band-Aid and a bag of ice can do for a child and their psyche in the morning to make them feel better. Our health room is the most visited health room in the entire division, especially between the hours of 10:50 and 11:30. Do you know what happens between those hours? Recess. Yes, exactly. Some times of the year are a little bit busier than others. Springtime, we have kind of an increased number of visits, and fall, we have a lot of visits as well. But it's really, really not unusual for a child to come home with a Band-Aid that you did not put on your child in the morning before they left for school. That's okay. Band-Aids are miracle workers, and Mrs. Jeter is such a friendly and lovely person who's always in the clinic or the health room waiting to support your children. And so it's just one of those things. 5, 6, and 7-year-olds love visiting the clinic. Kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of what does your child do all day. Well, we do have core content, and you're going to hear a lot if you're going to be part of Falls Church City Public Schools. You're going to hear PYP a lot. PYP stands for Primary Years Program. It's part of the International Baccalaureate. Falls Church City is a full continuum IB division, meaning we are pre-K to 12 IB. Every single student who is registered in Falls Church City Public Schools is an IB student. And it looks different at different age levels. Primary Years Program is pre-K till 6th grade, and then they enter into what's known as MYP, or the Middle Years Program, which is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then if they decide, they can do the DP program, or the Diploma Program. And a lot of you are like, but my kids just started kindergarten. You're talking about diplomas already? It goes fast. It does go fast. But that's what it means, and that's what it looks like. Now, for all of you parents who might be wondering right now, like, do I need to get my child onto that pathway for the diploma program? There are many, many pathways to graduation. My daughter did not do the diploma program. However, she took many, many IB courses when she was in high school, got the IB credits, and is saving me a lot of money in college because she's in her second year, but she's almost a junior technically. So, but I told her, take the 4 years, it's fine. So have fun. But that's, in a nutshell, that's what PYP and IB means if you're in Falls Church. We will have an IB principal coffee session led by our IB coordinator, Mrs. Carpel. So if you have specific questions, that would be a good one to attend as well. The core content that our students receive every day, the direct instruction in reading, math, science, and social studies. And then they get to attend their specials or their encore classes. So every day they'll go to 2 of these, PE, music, art, STEAM, tech, counseling lesson, library, Spanish, or enrichment. They'll get 2 of those each day, 2 opportunities to get some different content. Then, of course, they have lunch, which is right here in this cafeteria. Mr. Sorto and his team, our cafeteria staff, do an amazing job. In other divisions where I've worked, the kitchen was full of box cutters and microwaves. Everything here is made from scratch. It truly is a remarkable food services system, and they're not paying me to say that, but it's really good. And then they get recess twice a day. One of those recess blocks is tied to lunch. They either go for 20 minutes before lunch or 20 minutes after lunch. So half the kindergarten will come here and have their lunch, while the other half of kindergarten's out on the playground. Then in 20 minutes they switch. 20 minutes for lunch, that's not enough time. It actually is. 20 minutes is the perfect amount of time for 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and 7-year-olds, because 22 minutes is too long. They start to get in trouble, and 17 minutes isn't quite enough. So we found this sweet spot with 20 minutes, and it works really well. They're in and out, and they eat, and they're happy, and they have fun. And then they have another recess block built in throughout the day, so they'll get to go to recess with their entire grade level, so they'll get to see kids from all the different classes at that time. And then you have fun. That's one of our biggest goals, is that we want our children to have fun throughout the day and to really love learning. And so far, I think we're doing a pretty good job. Hopefully your children are coming home reporting that they're having fun, and that's what warms our hearts. So getting into the nuts and bolts of how Falls Church City Public Schools operates, something that you might need to know is that any week that is a full 5 days, Monday through Friday, that means that we're going to have an early release Wednesday. If it's a 4-day week, if we have a holiday on a Monday or a Friday, that means that Wednesday is a late release Wednesday, or we'll be releasing children the same time we do on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The FCCPS calendar is available on the website, and this is what it looks like. It's a little bit hard to see, but this is just a nice kind of resource for you to take a look at if you're planning trips or doctor's appointments or things like that. If you scroll this way, no, this doesn't want to go up for me. Anyway, this bottom sheet here, when you go home and look at this, it lists all of the early release Wednesdays for every month. So you'll have that if you want to just put it in your calendar, just so you know. Mrs. Pishner sends out notifications, gentle reminder, today's an early release Wednesday. I think she sent one this morning that it's a late release Wednesday. So we try to keep all that information available for you, but it can be confusing. As a parent who's been through this, I never knew what my kid's schedule was. So I just want to be able to share this with you, so hopefully it can alleviate some of that confusion. So visiting Mount Daniel, hopefully today everybody was able to drive in and found a parking spot. And that's great for events like this, or if you're visiting your child's classroom for a class party, or an event that's classroom specific. For our big events, like if you think back to August when we had Meet the Teacher, those shuttle buses are the way to go. Mount Daniel is actually not in the city of Falls Church. We are actually in Fairfax County. The folks from about halfway up North Oak Street to right across Mount Daniel If they have children who are school age, they go to Haycock Elementary School in Fairfax. It's really important that we maintain good and positive relationships with our neighbors. They're very nice, they're very friendly, and their children can't come to school here. And it makes me sad, but it's the way it is. So if you're coming up North Oak Street, just be mindful. Be careful where you park. We don't want to block driveways. I know I'm saying the obvious, but it has actually happened. So we just want to be courteous to all of our Fairfax County neighbors who live right across the street. Next week for Meet the Teacher, or sorry, Back to School Night, we will be running shuttle buses from Meridian High School. More information will be coming this week in Danny's Corner about that as well. But we'll have 5 buses that will be doing loops, and you'll only come for your child's section of Back to School Night. So if you're a child of a kindergartner, I think it's 7:10 to 7:40, so you can catch the bus at whatever time, so you're not here for the entire 2.5-hour block. When you visit Mount Daniel, this is a nice picture of Mr. Johnson. It's a little bit hard to see, but Mr. Johnson is our Securitas security person, and he's been a member of the Mount Daniel community for several years. He knows probably every child by name. And when you visit Mount Daniel, you come in through the main entrance. All the other doors are locked. And it's a secure vestibule. Mr. Johnson will check you in. He will help you in the vestibule. He'll get you where you need to go. He'll get your child for you. And if you have an appointment, he'll ask that you wait in the lobby, and the teacher or whoever you're here to meet with will come down and get you. A couple of the resources that we have available. The Mount Daniel website has a lot of information, as well as the Falls Church City Public Schools website. There's lunch menus, bus routes, anything you might need to know, calendars. And then every Thursday night at 7:45, you'll get Danny's Corner. That'll look like this. And what's nice about this program that we use is that if you sign up to receive Danny's Corner in another language, it'll automatically come to you on whatever device you decide in whatever language you decide to receive it. But one of the things I want to point out here, and it's not working with me, at the bottom of Danny's Corner, I have those useful links for you to keep in mind. Those are the most often asked for pieces of information. So Danny's Corner has a lot of information. So please, if you're receiving it, make use of it. And then the morning announcements is a really, it's an award-winning communication platform that Falls Church City Public Schools. How many years has?
It's our 13th year.
13th year of doing the morning announcements. Every day, it's emailed to your inbox. It has really important information about things that might be going on. Today it said, Coffee with Mr. Kasik was part of the morning announcements. And it's a really, really wonderful source of information. And we do have 2 members of our PTA who are back here. If you'd like to stand up and introduce yourselves real quick.
I am Kristen Higgins. I am a mom to a second grader here at Mount Daniel, as well as a 4th grader at Oak Street. I'm this year's president, and this is Kelly, who's this year's president-elect. You'll probably hear from us on Back to School Night in a video, so I'm not going to steal the thunder from that. But do please join the PTA. Our goal is to support the teachers and make sure everybody has a great year, and we can't do it without you guys' help. So please join the PTA, volunteer where you can, and honestly, you'll get more out of it than you probably would put in.
I'm Kelly. I am a 2nd grader here, a 5th grader at Oak Street. I'm the president-elect, which means that I'll be president next year, so you'll be seeing a lot of me. We're relatively new to the school system. We've only been here a couple of years, but kind of jumping in with both feet. I'm just going to reiterate what Kristen said. We can't make the Parent-Teacher Association work without the parents. So please join the PTA. It's an annual thing. Some people said, well, I joined last year, I joined 3 years ago. You have to join it annually. It's $20. It's not a big deal. It gives you all the information. So it's a really well spent $20. And then also contribute to your child's class funds. It's a one-time $45 fee, but it helps us give teachers gifts, our HTG baskets, our class parties. It's just a really simple way to say, don't forget it, we just send them money and then it's done and we take care of everything from there. So there's a few things, it's all on the PTA website. You just go to the store and you can put in your class funds and your PTA. Check out, also buy your spirit gear. We have really great new spirit gear items this year. We have pajama pants and those. My kids want the pajama pants. But there are pajama pants and sweatshirts and mugs and gibbets for kids, Crocs, and all that stuff. We'll order it and it'll be delivered to you guys in October. It comes straight to your classrooms. It's very easy. So yeah, please check out the PTA website. Everything is on there, scepta.org. Or the little QR code. But yeah, make sure that you join and then make sure that you get involved. We can't do it without all of you guys. So welcome though.
Well, thank you, Kristen and Kelly. I just want to say, on behalf of the staff at Mount Daniel, we definitely feel the support. And yeah, we couldn't do it without you. So thank you. So if you're interested in joining the PTA, this wonderful group does so much. They provide teacher grants for if teachers are thinking innovatively and want to try something new. As long as it's vetted and cleared, they can apply for grants through the PTA, and that is one of the great resources that we have here in Falls Church as well. And that is all the information I have for you today. This information will be posted, and the video will be online soon as well, so I'll make sure that you all receive that. But we're really excited to start the school year. I can't believe it's my 7th year here at Mount Daniel. It goes so fast, and welcome to all the new kindergarten families. I hope that I was able to answer your questions today. There's a lot of information. You can always reach out to any one of us. The MD office email address is the best one to use because that goes to everybody, and we'll make sure that that is responded to. Mrs. Kovi, Mrs. Pishner, and I will be here for about another 5 minutes or so before we start wrapping up, because we do start lunch in about a half hour. But we're so happy that you all came, and we'll be here for the next few minutes to greet and chat. So thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate it. Thanks. And there's more treats and coffee.